Hello and welcome, race fans, to F1 Manager 2022. Shelby is not here right now. She ran downstairs to get some tea. That's right, the high-octane excitement of freshly brewed tea. She screams from across the house, "It's my NOS." I should notify you that the use of nitrous oxide is outlawed by the FIAA. FIA? Do we get to go vroom vroom in the loop-de-loop?
Beware of cats when running downstairs. They will cross in front of you and try to fucking trip you.
Quentin, I fear you might think we are playing Trackmania. We are not, in fact, playing Trackmania. So, full clarity, I haven't played this game in about 2 months, it feels like.
So our promise to do better is not gonna play through.
I mean, I'm gonna give it my best. So yeah, I have chosen Team McLaren. I didn't really have a reason for that, other than that I like Daniel Ricciardi. That's the guy that you'll see here in a moment. That guy. That's Danny Ricks.
Oh yeah, had to be September 2nd.
Yeah, so that's about right. The
About a month.
early September. It feels about when I last played this. At nearly midnight.
Appropriate.
So let's get back to it and see where I left off. There's a few things that will happen off stream, and I will explain them as they come up. Actually, I believe this is going to be one of them. So Lando Norris, that's his name. I couldn't even remember my second driver. Lando Norris and Danny Ricks are my two drivers. Over on Team McLaren, we have completed P1. We are now in the second practice session, and how have I?
So
How
how does this game work then? So this is the first time I'm ever seeing it.
I can't show you too much, but I'll show you the racing parts of it that we're in right now, and then we will get to the actual week-long tasks that happen after and before a race.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Quincy's Red Bull is such an outlier on that list.
All right. So here is where a lot of our stuff that's going to happen off screen is these tuning options. Danny has a certain way that he likes his car. Lando has a way that he likes his car, and every track is different in the things that they need from a vehicle. So he has told me that we the green is where white is where it's currently set. Best is where the green is where he likes it the most so far out of the configurations that I've tried so far. He has told me that this setting that I have it at right now for the oversteer setting is optimal. He loves it. Don't touch
the
that
other
one.
game we played like this?
Motorsport Manager, which
They also had this feature.
yes, but this is I like this one better. It's just a little bit more convoluted to use. You do get very good information from your drivers. It's just a longer process. Let's go back to car 2 and see how that setup is.
I gotta ask, does anyone still drink Red Bull around the chat and Clay?
I love Red Bull.
You never drink it anymore, though.
I don't want to. I can't drink it as much as I want to because I would drink it all the time.
Quinn says every so often. Okay.
My favorite Red Bull story is the one that I tell every time it comes up. I worked at UPS when Red Bull was first doing its like initial marketing. So they parked a truck out front of the UPS hub in Jacksonville, Florida, and handed you as many Red Bulls as you wanted as you walked in. So I drank 2 when I walked in, 2 on my 10-minute break, and 2 when I walked out. I had 6 Red Bulls in the span of 5 hours.
It's a miracle you didn't die.
My heart was blazing.
If you did that now, you'd fucking die.
Probably. Yeah, you're probably right. But yeah, like, I don't know if it's because of my ADD or just because of my reaction to caffeine. It doesn't actually do that much to me. I like the taste, and it gives me like a little bit of pep, and it makes me talk a little bit faster, but other than that, it's not like I like have to go like paint the house or anything like that. Conversely, Lando does not like the oversteer setting on this. So we can play with these sliders over here, and you see how these light up, each one. Like certain, like,
Oh, so more than one thing affects.
right.
Oh, okay.
So the toe out does not affect traction, straights, or oversteer. So on Danny's car, we can mess with the toe all day, and it does not mess with the oversteer, with that he likes so much. Now these, everything else does. So when you mess with one, you got to counteract it with another. So you're trying to dial these things in to satisfy all 5 of these that build up his confidence. Because the more confident he is in the car, the faster he's going to drive, and the more comfortable he can get learning the track. So ideally you want all 3 of these: track acclimatization, car parts knowledge, and setup confidence at 100. Car parts knowledge comes easy. They just get familiar with the parts we use until during one of the R&D sessions, we develop a new part, and then his car parts knowledge goes down. So anytime I develop and install a new part on this car that he's not familiar with, his car parts knowledge goes down. But I haven't installed any new parts in a while, just because they take so long to develop. So here's where I'm going to pull up a web page, and
Yeah, talk about that webpage.
it is, I can't even remember the URL. I just have it like pre-filled. It is f1setup.it. Oh no. Oh no. Don't tell me that site's gone. Okay, it just loaded. It did not load the first time, and I freaked out.
So you're gonna have to tell everyone about this, because you told
need that
me
page.
whenever it first showed up.
Uh-huh. So, all of these stats are weighted against these settings. And some actuarial or statistician genius reverse engineered this while this game was in early access and built this webpage on how to dial in these settings based on the driver feedback. So, let's say, so right now this just says bad. So I would go into my setup and say, all right, at these settings, 7.0, 12.0, 3 to 7, negative 2 3/4, and 30.3 degrees, he says oversteer is bad. It's not too low, it's not too high. It's somewhere in the pocket of where he wants it, but it's not good. And then it'll go, okay, let's move it over here and see what he says. And then we'll move it over here, and like you're like futzing with it and getting the reactions, but you're doing it at a very measured and algorithmic what's the word? Pace, I guess. So that based on all the reactions, you go, okay, this is way too low, and then you bump it up. All right, we're getting closer, and then nope, you went too far. Now draw it back, and you're doing that simultaneously for all 5 categories and settings. So we don't really have any useful knowledge. We have one of these things filled out. Once we get all 5 of them, he will give us like his breakdown on all of these, and that will give us the most information to do a proper adjustment on all of the settings.
And that website will tell you what to set all of these to, and whenever you were doing it before, it was accurate. So that it was making the drivers in the game work.
Yeah. And it's really
Someone
cool because
built that.
like, and they don't work for Frontier. They reverse engineered it, and I don't understand how. Like, how you
Hire
could-
them, Frontier.
Oh, God, it's just absolute data science. So yeah, we'll get them out on the tarmac and get some information from them. I like to run initially I'll do hard compounds and then medium compounds to get the most laps out of them, because these are going to burn up in, what does it say? These are quoted as 37 laps, mediums are 47, and hards are 70. So rather than constantly going through all my tires, I'll just be on the mediums for a while, and I can usually get enough out of them that I can get a good read on the cars before the tires are all done. Driving options. We want standard and that. All right, and let's get him on meds, and then go to P2. We are going to manage practice 2. Turn up my volume just a bit.
Radio check. Yeah, all good.
Ooh. Is this how we're going to watch the
Track should be
practice?
green now.
So that's the other thing about this. Oh, I need to pause it. That's the other thing about this game is that the camera work is phenomenal. I love the way this looks. It looks like a broadcast. It is so subtle and well done, the way that they have turned it into a video game. I love watching this game go. All right, so on mediums, we can send out Danny. Then send out Lando. We'll go to, actually, we'll leave it at one time just to get an idea of it. Probably shouldn't have sent them out at literally the same time.
They're right on each other's asses.
Pretty sure that is breaking the pit rules there. But yeah, this is kind of the like broadcast camera trackside. And then we've got our
Looks
stats
cooler
here.
than the motorsport one did.
Yeah. We've got our tire usage, our tire temps, our fuel usage, our calculated fuel reserves. So, where is it? Okay, there's our DRS, and I think what it's saying is that it's saying that by the end of this session, I will have an additional 1.3 kilograms of fuel left. So I have a little bit of surplus. If I want to push him and burn through my gas a little bit more, I can afford to do that.
I'll look up real quick what that is.
What's that? What? That symbol?
No. How much is that in pounds?
I think that's about
2.8 pounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not exactly double, but it's pretty close to double kilograms to pounds. So here we've got, like I said, we got trackside camera, but we can also go onboard.
Oh.
And like it's got a good sense of speed. It feels like you are freaking moving.
You ever want to go watch one of those races, an F1 race?
I like them. Like, I'm not the biggest F1 fan in the first place. I don't get involved in the politics of F1. I more like the vehicles. It's kind of like my same approach to hockey. Like, I never got invested too much in the teams. I just like goalies. And when you go to an in-person race, you don't get to see much of the like you only get to see one turn. You get to see what is in your view from your seat. So it can be a little bit not as entertaining as watching it on TV because you get like camera shots like this. Like you're just not going to get this from a stadium seat. Also, there's lots of other people, and that's when you get the best seat in the house. The blimp.
Blimp.
All right, so Lando Norris has posted a 1:16.1, and Danny is almost 0.4 behind him. So if we go to our, see how he's got a couple of these pips now. He is 2 out of 5 with his familiarity or with his like overall review of this current setup, and so is Lando. So we can run it at double speed. But if we go higher than that...
Get off? Okay, good. I was supposed to
Yeah.
say. Please don't go higher than that.
over the head. So we'll let him run like this while we're in the practice, because we're just trying to get some time on these setups.
And where's tell you when the end of the day is for practice? Oh, over there. I see there's a timer going down on the left side on the
Yes.
leaderboard.
We have 17 minutes. So here in a moment, we'll get a call
That's
from
going
the pit.
up.
Oh,
What?
it's on the left. That's what it is. We got 47
Okay.
minutes. So here in a second, we'll get a call from the pit asking how they like the car.
And we stop mid-practice day and change it?
Oh, yeah. That's what practice is for.
I didn't know. The other game, it was you have a practice day, and then at the end of the practice day, you can change things. I remember how that was.
Right. So,
Oh, he's 5 out of 5 now.
yes, he's got 5 out of 5. So we are going to bring him into the pit. How do I do that? There we go. We're going to call him in, and here in a second, Lando should be about on the same spot. There we go. So now that he is good, we'll call him in as well. And then fast forward.
How's the balance? How's balance? It's pretty even. Understood.
Did they really get those people to make those sounds?
Yes.
Or, okay.
That is Lando's voice. All right, so we've got our setup here. So Danny
Ooh,
loves
he's a happy boy.
this car. I apparently in practice 1 focused entirely on Danny's car. So it is dialed the F in. So what we can do is just let him run and let him keep driving to build up his track acclimatization.
Ah, yes,
don't
it's
need-
only at 25.
We don't need to make any changes to this car. He's still got about 36 laps left on this set of tires. So let's how do I do that? Car setup. I need to give him more fuel. I can't remember how to do that. Run plan? Oh, okay. How many laps left for the full fuel? So, we're giving him about 30 laps of fuel. And just tell him to get after it.
Did that just say it didn't save the ones for?
I guess not.
I
30
think you have to hit the
laps.
button and it says
Oh,
confirm.
I do. Jesus. Alright, so that'll take about 5 seconds to complete. Now we can send him out and we can reconfigure Lando's car. Alright, so he likes some of these more than
Needs
others.
some work.
So here's where I go into a website.
What was that website again?
It is f1setup.it. And I think He is in. Okay, so we've got front wing at 7.0. Which one is that? 7, 12, 3 to 7, negative 2 1/4. Okay, yes. So that's this one. So, I wonder if I can't really show this, but I'll just kind of talk through it. So he says oversteer is bad. Braking is optimal. Cornering is great. Traction, great. Straights, good. And then click Find Setup. Now, we are going to change a lot of these settings. Most of it's not going to make any sense, but we are doing it mathematically to see what things he likes and what things he don't. That goes to 4 to 6.
If you had something like this in that other game, it might have been made it a little bit more playable.
Right, because this feels like what you would get at that level of performance and R&D. Like you would have things like this to analyze your drivers. All right, this is going to take a while to configure. Meanwhile, he's
Light rain on the radar.
oh,
Yep, understood.
all right.
Does that change what you need to do for your tires, or just it's light rain is fine right now?
Light rain is okay. I'm watching this dry meter up here. How much water is piled up on the track? If it's
Gotcha.
only like if it's less than a millimeter, I'm okay. As it starts to build up, 2, 3, 4 millimeters, we're gonna have to go to intermediate and wet tires to keep Danny out of the walls. All right, so we are back to 0 out of 5 because I've made so many changes to this car.
Oh,
So we are gonna send him out.
Some starting
Okay,
to report rain.
so we are. That was terrible timing. So I'm gonna call Danny in
that changes
and
cars now.
put some. Actually, let's look at. I can't remember if there's a way to look at the weather or no. I guess not. I think that was the other game. You could look at the weather forecast.
Yeah, we definitely had that ability in that game.
How do I get out of this? There we go. I'm going to call him in as well. So we are up to a millimeter. Yeah, these are already being called in. Alright, so we're already at 1.5 millimeters. There was a forecast in the beginning, yes. Yeah, I guess once you're in the race, you can't look at the weather forecast for the next few minutes. So it says, I have here that there's a 70% chance that it's going to keep raining for the next minute. But that doesn't tell me much. I would actually like Weather Channel's banned there. I would like a way to hey, let's, look at the sky. Are there clouds? What way is the wind blowing? Is this going to get better or worse? So, let's gamble and put him on wets. Let's assume the rain is going to keep coming. And same for Danny. Wets. Send you out. And you can actually see the different tires. They are wet. You can see the blocks on them for the wet tires. If they were dry tires, they would be completely slick and you wouldn't see these grooves in them. So, neat little. Oh, and when you pause it, you can actually see the treads. Yeah.
I wish I'd have paid attention to what the other ones look like to be able to compare them, but I did not, unfortunately.
Literally blank. Just no tread blocks
Treading
at
on
all.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we're at 27% on Danny's familiarity. And it's a little bit of a risk to keep him out in the rain. It's getting dry, which is good.
Can you use the names that are posted
it's-
on the actual thing, please? Norris, because I don't know which one you
Oh,
said Danny. I'm like, which
sorry.
one's Danny?
Right.
I'm confused.
Right. Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardi. So I will assign them the last names. I keep forgetting about that, right? So tires are getting a little warm. What is your tire usage at? I'm gonna see that.
Do they really run F1 still in?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
How heavy rain does it have to be? Because there's literally nothing to protect the driver from the rain.
It can sometimes be like torrential.
Okay.
I know you're cooking your tires because I don't know if it's going to keep raining or not. Because it keeps like drying up a little bit, and then it says like in 1 minute there's an 85% chance it's going to rain again, which means it's going to get more damp.
Damp again.
Oh, and Ricardo just spun. We
But
might.
did you wreck your car, you motherfucker?
Let's look. No damage. Very good.
Let's have a look. Now look at this. Daniel Ricciardo involved here. What a spin out!
Sometimes they
The
exaggerate.
team are really disappointed with that. Let's hope it doesn't set them back too badly.
It's
Yeah.
practice. Practice, everyone.
Sometimes they exaggerate just how catastrophic things can be. There we are. That's what I was looking for. 98. Okay. All right. What's our track? Yeah, it's
Tiggs looked real disappointed.
Yeah. Okay, so it is starting to dry up a little bit. I'm going to make the call to call him in and put him on intermediates. It was a gamble I did last time. Turned out being wrong.
Lando for lane.
But
Okay, understood.
sometimes you guess right, sometimes you guess wrong. Alright, so over to winters. And this is a used set of intermediates, which is fine.
And you're not going to probably run them for very long.
Right. All right. We get some miles on these freaking cars. See now the wetness is kind of
Going down.
up and down.
Up now.
But we're
down
we're
now.
right in that area where it's like right on the edge of wet and dry.
Mm-hmm.
So it could go either way. If it rains more, it'll be too wet for these tires. If it dries up, it'll be too dry for these tires. So right now, I'm using the correct tires.
Got that one guy at 4 out of 5. Got about 17 minutes left in your run.
All right.
And
So
Lando,
now we're gonna
how's
hear
the
from
balance?
Lando.
How's the balance? I'm happy. Message understood.
All right.
5-5.
So we're calling in and get the report. All right. Great optimal, great optimal, optimal. So let's feed that into the tool. Great. Optimal.
And you're building it still from the
Great.
same one that you put in so that they can calculate what's the
Optimal.
best way still.
Right. So it's not just going at the current one. it actually keeps a running log of all the previous settings, and it's using those to feed into the advised one.
Again, this web page is game changing.
So I did get a report that says we can't find a setup that matches everything. We're going to get you as close as you can, but one of these might still be not as good as it could be. But that's why you do it over and over again, and you just kind of inch it towards a perfect setup. 4.6, -3 degrees, and 0.35 degrees. There we go. And lock it in.
I thought this was our second practice day out. I think it is.
Uh-huh. It
And
is.
their
We're in
their
P2.
familiarity with the track is
Schumacher had an incident.
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
Mick
understood.
Schumacher.
I feel like that's just sturdy how they said that.
Well, they're not talking about Michael Schumacher. It's Mick.
Oh, okay.
Virtual
Alright, so
safety
the
car.
virtual
Virtual safety car.
Yep, understood.
We'll leave him out. That's okay.
Yellow's ahead. Yellow flags.
Okay, understood.
In a few words, folks.
Yeah, they don't have like a lot of lines. That should dry up soon.
They got him in the recording
It's a
booth for like an
crash.
hour.
Yeah. So
Let's
let's watch
And,
Mick.
uh,
Closer look. Right, watch this.
They spent 10
There's
minutes getting the
Schumacher.
lines and 50 minutes trying to explain to them how this works.
Oh,
A
he
definite
just
collision
Oh.
there.
didn't hit
That's
the
Very
brakes.
unfortunate.
That might be the end of his race weekend, depending
That's
on.
going to be a big blow to
They got
the
a
team.
night they can fix
Will
everything.
they be able to recover? We'll see.
I think I
Yeah.
would get so mad if I
Uh-huh.
were people in the pit and the driver crashes the car out and you're like,
You spend
"Ah."
every day of your work week tuning in this $1 million machine, and this dude just slams it into a wall.
And you're
But I
just
mean,
like,
That's how it goes. You are
that's
you
my
are
next 24 hours.
you are pushing this thing to its absolute limit, and if you're not, you have no chance of winning.
Yeah, if you're not, then you're not doing the essence
Um,
of the sport.
so he says it's gonna dry up soon. Let's. He's already on enters. It's fine. He's fine on enters. All right, send him out like that. Get a few laps in on the intermediate.
Range is past now.
Thank you.
Yep, understood.
So he's going to start talking about his tire temperatures pretty soon. Yeah, they are going up. Almost trying to pick. Okay. Yeah, so let's go ahead and bring him in. And put him on the dry tires. Okay. You'll see here, like, track rubber is very low because the rain has kind of washed it away.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what impact that has. I think that's the, like, little pebbles of,
Okay, Lando, that is the end of the session.
like little pills of rubber that gets peeled off the tires as you tear around it. And that will kind of like reduce your grip on it. I think that's how it works. Might be wrong about that one. All right, so Charles Leclerc putting in some good times. How far off are we? So we are 1 second off pace for Lando, 1.3 off for Danny.
1 second off pace.
Yeah.
1.1, and he's
Yes.
in 10th.
From the entire grid is 2.2 seconds. All 20 of these cars pass through in 2.2 seconds.
Unreal.
All right, so we have another practice session where Danny can get more familiar and we can dial in Lando's car a little bit more. I think we
Here
can,
we
yeah.
are, back
Three
for
practice
another
days?
day of Formula
Yes.
One action,
Okay.
where practice wraps up and qualifying unfolds. Whoever said every second counts clearly hadn't revelled in the sport of Formula One, where grid positions can be decided by thousandths of a second. The drivers competing today are amongst the finest in the world, but the margins are even finer. And as you can probably
Literally
guess,
what we were just
there is
saying.
no margin for error. Stay with us as we see who can deliver on motorsport's biggest stage.
Thanks, Crofty. All right, so we're in P3.
Here's your forecast.
Right. So we get a single diagram. It says rain. Please be advised.
Yeah. So for your P3, it's gonna rain.
Right.
Moderate rain. Moderate rain. More than yesterday. Yesterday was light rain. So take
Uh-huh.
note that it's moderate rain, but tomorrow it's gonna be dry. So when the actual
Mhm.
race day is here.
Very good. 100% confidence. 43% track acclimatization. Let's look at what you got. Yeah, so these two we've already figured out. Very good. We're just waiting on feedback on these remaining three. Is the track
Need to give
currently
either
wet?
of them gas.
I'm gonna. How many laps does he have left on these tires? He's on softs. These, because they've been used for all day, they are getting sent back to Pirelli for research, which is what actually happens in the real world.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. These were not used. They still get sent back. Or no, they
Did
don't
you
get sent
decide
back. I'm just
that?
not allowed to use them. That's why this one has that little return symbol on it. But
Why are you
these,
not allowed to use them?
I don't know. I'm not entirely
Okay.
sure. But like these softs, I did not use at all. They're still getting returned, which is
So the
strange
arrow
to me.
means it's getting returned.
Yeah. Let's put them on, and the locked ones means I have to have one of these for the race. So I have a locked, soft, medium, and hard, and enter. For the race.
No
So
locked wets.
Right.
I don't know
So
if that's because it never locks wets or because it knows it's going to be clear on that day, so it's not necessary.
that I don't know. I just don't think you have a you're probably not going to burn through all three sets of your wets, so they may not bother with them. I don't know.
Joke's on them.
Uh,
Good. Use them whenever it's not wet. That'll
let's
get them worn out real quick.
let's start on these enters, just because it's probably going to be raining, but I have no idea. Let's start on the enters and go to P3.
This is just a radio check.
Okay, it is sunny
Yeah, I'm ready to check all good.
Okay.
I
Very
was wrong.
dry.
Track
Yep.
should be green.
for now. So, let's do the mediums. And this is for Danny. Let's give him a bunch of gas.
Gas them up.
And Lando on the mediums. And he's already at 2 out of 5, so he's not going to need the full 15 laps. So that's about how long it takes for them to get to 5 out of 5. It's slightly more than 5 laps. It's like 5 1/3 laps. I think there might be a way. There's like things that I can buy in the off time that will improve that feedback speed. So I get to that 5 out of 5 quicker, but I don't have the money or the time to buy those. All right. Keep an eye on this weather forecast. We're at 3 out of 5. How's my tires looking? Okay, pretty soon. There we go.
How's the balance? How's the balance?
Yeah, awesome job.
Understood.
Awesome job. Awesome job.
He likes it.
Let's see what he really thinks about it, because he said he liked it before, and there were still things that were not optimal.
See what the numbers say. All optimals across the
Hells
board.
yeah!
Lando's car is locked in. So let's get him some more fuel for a longer run. And we'll start putting in some laps to get that acclimatization up. Oh, we've got 5% chance of rain in a minute. Oh, we've got a crash. Who's involved?
Not us, though.
Just passed them? Oh, I thought he passed somebody where the wreck was.
There's been contact and several cars involved. Let's take a look at the replay. Now just focus on the Haas.
Boy, the Haas is having a rough week. Holy Jesus.
And there's the collision.
Oi.
Does it say who that was? Magnussen. Well, Schumacher's out there again, so maybe they did get that car going.
Oh, yeah, they did. They stayed up all night fixing that shit. You kidding?
It was Magnussen. That's why he's in the pits now.
Uh-huh.
Yep, got a Magnussen. So yeah, this is a lot of what this game is. It is looking at this this screen and watching these numbers change and hoping they change the way you want them to.
Oh, no, you're playing against a bot.
Oh yeah, Valtteri Bottas. That's him. All right. Ricciardo's in the 70s. You can see Lando Norris fighting here with I think it said Perez was in front of him. Where is he? Yeah, Sergio Perez. Yeah, you see how there's no, you can't see the treads on these tires, on the
Completely
slicks?
Slick, yeah.
Yeah. But you can see like the little rubber deformations.
Oh, yeah.
It's-
That's pretty neat.
It's a great looking game. Like all the little details are fantastic to look at. All right, 20 minutes left. Ricciardo will probably get to 100. I don't know about Lando or Norris.
It did take longer for us to get him what he wanted.
Oh. Let's see. His tires are... We've got 19 laps on them, so... Looking at about 15 laps. That should do it. And he'll start telling me, like, hey, my tires are almost done. This doesn't seem safe. Are you trying to kill me? About your tires. He's at 30 points. So yeah, he's about to start.
Front tires struggling a lot. Still okay with the struggling.
Alright, so
Okay, understood.
we'll keep an eye on these
Can we
based on
change
how much
tires?
based on how much time is left. Yeah, he's gonna get down to the 20s, which is a little bit farther than I want to push it. Yeah, he's coming in. Go with the... I got plenty of softs, so we'll just burn through a set of softs.
Sounds like a spin. Here's
Nicholas
the
Latifi.
replay. Now let's look. We're watching Nicholas Latifi. That looked
Same
like a
place
very-
Ricciardo spun yesterday.
A bad corner.
Yep. So, since there's only about 90 seconds left, we'll just call this car in and call it a day for Danny. Carlos Sainz, we're in a 114. And we are just over a second past that, but we're also running on mediums, which aren't going to get us as good of a track time. So, using the softs, we'll get a little bit better track times. We might get into 10th, maybe 8th place. That's where I kind of expect to end up. Oh, qualifying happens on the same day, so we are
Oh, shit. Okay.
quali in the rain. So we're on softs. We shall keep it that way.
Is the radio okay now? Yep, radio is good. Drink's good.
His drink's good. He has a drink in there too.
Yes.
I didn't think they honestly gave him drinks.
Yeah. There's no air conditioning, so they have to have a way to cool themselves down. All right, so outlap, and then we will put a time on the board. See what we end up with. All right, 112.9. Ricciardo slightly behind. Let's see where we fall. Actually going to... do one more for each one. I need you to refuel soon. What? Did they not put fuel in the car when I sent him out.
No, probably not.
Why wouldn't you put fuel in the car? It's part of the run plan. Okay. It has fuel for 3 laps.
Qualifying, the default run is a 1 out lap. Extra cooldown laps give the driver time to recharge the ERS and get an optimal start to the following flying lap. So maybe need to add some additional fuel at the second part there.
Yes, we'll pump it up.
Oh, maybe I don't know. You know more about this game than me guessing.
Yeah, I also haven't played it in a while, so
Yeah.
I've forgotten a lot of things. All right, Lando Norris up in 10th, and Danny Ricciardo 14th, 1.3 back. So we'll let the clock run out. So both my drivers will make it to Q2.
The session has now finished.
Oh, Ricciardo right on the edge of getting
Oof.
pushed out of Q2.
Hey, at least we actually managed, because in the last game we were not ever good there.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like, I'm actually slightly more accomplished at the things that I'm doing in this game. So yeah, looks like it's raining now. We are on intermediates. This is scary. Qualifying in the rain, I don't like. Let's go do it anyways.
Daniel, radio check. Okay, radio check.
Sessions should be starting now.
So this is the rain that we expected. It should be steady and light at this level.
Confirm.
Okay, I had a lock up.
Locked up your tires, Danny.
Okay, understood.
Let's see what happened there. Daniel Ricciardo involved here. It's a lockup, and that could be cost.
I didn't know what that meant when they said it locked up. It just means
Yeah.
you can turn. So it wasn't
None of these
hot.
cars have anti-lock brakes, so when you lock up your tires, you're doing two things. You're like potentially getting into the wall because you're just sliding your understeering. You can also create flat spots on the tires. I don't know if that's modeled in this game, but you're kind of deforming the tire and burning it out faster than you should. So yeah, lockups are not a good thing.
Understood.
Confirm? Alright, so we're at 119, and Ricciardo's half a second back with his lockup. Let's see how we end up. Let's go ahead and send him out once more. Ooh, rain's piling up. We're going to get to 44 millimeters. Yep, we are wet. It's officially wet track weather. Tired of hearing about the refueling.
Rain has completely stopped in pit lane.
Okay.
Understood.
I mean, I should stay on intermediates because it's going to dry. It is starting to dry up. Are retired? Why is my car retired?
What happened? Did you run out of gas?
Where? What happened to my car?
There's no way for you to look?
I have no idea. I have no idea what happened to my car. I'm waiting to see like some sort of like banner announcement.
But like it's not telling you anything.
Lando Norris, what did you do to my car?
I bet you he ran out of gas.
Why is that? I don't understand why that's such a bad thing. And I also don't understand why it happened, because I'm telling them to put additional fuel in it. Every time we play a racing game, there's a problem with fueling in the pits. This happened every time. Alright, what's our weather like? Yeah, so let's stick to the enters. I don't understand what happened to my car.
But did your other guy make it?
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
we're
at
in
least
8th.
one of them's in. Lando would have been better, maybe if he'd not wrecked out or done something we don't know what is.
Yeah, like, he was posting a good time there. What did you do to my car?
Clayton is so upset about his car, man.
Like, car parts. Like, these have some wear on them, but they're... Like, is it literally because I ran out of gas?
It's gotta be that.
How does that keep happening? Alright, we're on softs. One flying lap, 4.8 kilograms. Okay. On to Q3.
Well, he still made it, so.
Yeah, I'm
Daniel, radio check.
thoroughly
Check the
confused
drink.
about that. No, he's
Yep,
not.
Radio's good. Drink's
He's still
good.
retired.
Why?
Is that for qualifying or?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
Heavy rain in pit lane.
It was dry seconds
Understood.
ago.
It
85.
started pouring.
Dang. All right, he's coming into the pits anyways. What's that weather look like? That's not gonna let up anytime soon. So let's go to the wets. We need you to refuel soon.
For the love of God, give him fuel.
I don't understand. I don't understand this at all. He has 4 laps worth of fuel. Five laps. Are we like burning fuel faster? Hold on. Is this why? I have you like... No, it's automatic. I'm not telling him to be more aggressive. Oof. Some of this stuff needs to be replaced.
Can you do that before the race, or is it only going to be post-race? Like, will they do it overnight?
No, I cannot, because we are Parc Ferme, which means... Oh, I got up to 5th? Good boy, Danny Ricks.
Who's a good boy? Are you a good boy? You're a good boy.
Parc Ferme
Race day
means
has arrived and the time has come for these drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel.
Qualifying went well for McLaren, and they're set to start this race feeling quite comfortable. We saw a good effort from Alfa Romeo during qualifying. They'll be looking to improve further on their decent grid position. And the race will be taking place under blue skies. That means the teams should be able to apply their strategies without any added complications.
But don't forget, there's always excitement in Montreal, and the odds are that this will be another Grand Prix to remember.
All right, so Parc Ferme means I cannot make any changes to the configuration to this car.
Okay.
I'm not sure what all that covers. So like I can go to adjustments locked. Yeah, I can't change any of my, I can change the wing angle. That's it. That's all I can change. I can't replace any part. Yes, I can. I can replace damaged parts. I don't know if there is a penalty. I think I have to start at the back of the grid if I change anything, regardless of my qualifying position. So, it is race day, so we need a... I'm going to set the race strategy, even though I don't know if this car is driving.
Says there's a starting position. I feel like it shouldn't if it wasn't if it was retired, but then again, I thought it would have gone in the last thing. So just set it up like you should.
Yeah. So here's where we assign our hit strategy. 1 second. There we go. So these softs are not going to last the entire length of the race. We already knew that. We can go to medium hard, which means he will use the mediums for the first stretch and then finish the race on hards. We can do soft hards, which will give us a shorter stint on the softs and a longer stint on the hards. We can also try to customize this. So we can try to customize this by switching this to mediums and then stringing out this. But see how this dips down below the 20% where you want your tires to be? That's when you really start losing performance. So
That's what the gray is. You don't want that at the end of the race.
that's just not going to work. Yeah, as soon as we hit lap 60, this thing is going to start to fall apart, and our lap times are going to be in the toilet. What we can do is use the hards, but tell him to be a little bit more aggressive on them. So we can back this off so that he will finish right around the 20% mark of those tires. And then on these, can't really get away with that. So yeah, try that, see how it goes. And then so what we're trying to do is offset these pit windows. So for Lando, we're going to get him to a medium hard so that he is pitting at a different part of the race than Daniel Ricciardo is.
Right. We've made that problem before.
Right. So we're going to string this out. And then can I get away with... Nope, still can't do that. Okay, let's offset them. So hards first, mediums second. So that puts our pit window way in the future.
You did soft, not medium. You said medium, but you did soft.
That's what I meant to say. Like, we're doing the inverse of what Ricciardo is doing. So Ricciardo's going to start on softs and go to hards. Lando Norris is going to start on hards, go to softs. So our pit windows are going to be super far apart, which is fine. All right, let's see if this race strategy makes any sense. It might not. Who knows? We're at 100% confidence. What is your... How do I see his track climatization? I guess I can't. We'll see it during the race.
It's bright and sunny as the drivers line up on the grid. Looking at Daniel Ricciardo. They might not be in the top 3 spots, but things could change fast once the race gets underway. Norris there, further down the grid. A top 10 position today, but will they be able to capitalize on it? And we're
Question
just
is, will he be
moments away
racing?
now.
He's
Will
on the
he be
grid. I
retired?
certainly hope that car
This
is running
it.
because
We're
it is.
moments away now at
I'm
the
going
Canadian
to absolutely
Grand
lose
Prix.
it if it just starts and it says retired.
And it's lights out, and away we
We have
go.
2 drivers in this, on this track.
Okay.
I don't understand that. I'm even more confused. And now this sounds like a race.
Yeah, it does.
We have the Hornets on the field.
This is really good.
All right. So, Norris already up to 9th and 10th.
McLaren gain a position. We can take a look
Norris
now.
overtakes.
Watch this. We're looking at Lando Norris.
Okay, gets the inside line. Very nice. Nicely done. Clean overtake. Love to see it.
And they clear it. Big move for them and a race position gained. That was a big moment. The team are clearly delighted.
They're having a great time.
I feel like I couldn't be. Okay, so this is where my brain goes. I
Okay.
cannot be a race driver because
All right.
I'm like way too kind of like, oh no, you go ahead. No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No,
like,
no,
that's
no, no.
Not the mindset for the sport.
You got to have some wide elbows when you're driving these cars. You got to go. I'm getting in front of you. and
I'm gonna be the dick.
There's just nothing you can do. Oh God! Pile up.
Oh. So then I thought, so in real life, real race car drivers, do you think when they're not on the track, in like everyday
I've
life,
frequently thought about this.
on their everyday life, do they let them drive their own cars?
Well, I know
Or
they
do they
have.
have chauffeurs that they prefer them to use most of the time
I know they
to
have their own
avoid?
cars.
Right.
Oh.
And they're going to have their own cars if, like, if they want to go for a specific drive. But, like, going to
Yeah.
the grocery store or going to the doctor's appointment, going back and forth to work, I feel like I would, as an employer of someone of a race car driver, be like, you're going to have a chauffeur and they're going to fucking drive you around in a Bentley, okay? Got
DRS is
that?
enabled.
Because if not,
Let's take
you're
a
going to get the
closer
wrong
look.
mindset
So let's look at
for
this.
racing
There's Sergio Perez.
on the real road.
Yep. I got overtaken by Sergio Perez.
Damn it, Sergio.
And that same chicane.
Moving up a place there. Excellent work from them.
Yeah, Quentin. The guy drank too much Red Bull beforehand, and they just
Now
totally
that
spaced out on
was a
that hard
bitter
turn and
blow
fucked
for the
everyone.
team. And it may have really hurt their overall chances.
So, Norris back in 10th. So, Ricciardo comfortably in 4th by
And McLaren
3
with a
seconds.
great overtake. Let's have a look.
Bottas must
Daniel
have made a
Ricciardo
big mistake.
involved here. A bold move indeed, and with that, they've gained a position.
I don't know what happened because
I don't.
I
That
think it's
that
safe to
cutscene
say
did
that
show
went
us.
down well with
Right.
the team.
because Valtteri Bottas is like 3 seconds back. Oh no, that's my time difference. Sorry, I was reading that wrong.
Oh, it happened at the beginning. I guess because we were anticipating it not being right at the beginning of the clip, but being in the middle. Norris overtakes.
Yep.
Someone spun out.
There he is.
Got
Let's
a
take a look at the
spin
replay.
from Verstappen.
Now here we see Max Verstappen.
Boy, that
spin is
Fuck.
undoubtedly gonna cost
chicane
them
is a
time.
widowmaker this weekend.
Fucking sucks.
Team are devastated. They'll be questioning just what happened out there. Oh, we've had a spin.
Don't
Here's
tell
the
me.
Is
Don't
it- is
tell
it-
Now
me.
let's
Is
watch
it?
this. The Alfa Romeo involved in this one.
No.
Look at that.
Oh, I
They
thought he was going to go
spun their
back into
car.
traffic.
And the team had such high hopes today. What a shame.
crash. He's involved. Claire?
I was gonna say, why does
Oh,
that
no,
guy
that's-
have a
that
little
means he's
purple
got-
timer?
Contact! It's chaos on the track.
Let's
we can
see
take a look
who's
now.
involved.
Now watch this. Lewis Hamilton involved in this one.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah!
Just fucking
You can
nailed
clearly see
him.
the
Both
contact.
the Benzes. Getting rear-ended by your own teammate. That hurts.
Should have bought him a beer the night before, like he asked. Should have observed correct manners and poured the alcohol for him.
Got a penalty. Who's got a penalty? Oh, okay.
Not us.
Is that George Russell, I guess? I mean, he hit his own team. Like, I don't know what there is to penalize. It seems like they penalize themselves.
Let's do it. And he's
Okay,
pitted.
Nice work.
Ricardo's our only hope here. He's our I should say, our
McLaren
biggest hope
gain a
here.
position.
Yeah, Norris is back in 12. What's going on with Norris?
Just didn't have as much confidence as Ricardo, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely got the track familiarity or track acclimatization. Guess we can't build acclimatization during the race.
Probably not.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
Although Ricciardo is on softs and Norris is on hards. So he's going to be in the back of the pack
Advance the race position.
until that pit when we get him on softs. And then he'll start putting some better times in. He's going to temporarily,
Alpine
as
just advanced.
everyone else is pitting,
People are starting to pit.
yeah, Norris will shoot up the rankings as he doesn't have to pit. So that will be kind of artificial. All right. So this is our pit strategy. Once it gets to this middle, that's the best time for us to pit.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to wait until it ticks over, and then the pit manager will tell me when it's the best time. So it's not like there's any sort of urgency.
And McLaren with a
Starting to see a
great
couple more
overtake.
pitting.
So I've got Norris up to 8, and Danny's coming in. So you are pitting to hard. Yes. How do these have an asterisk on them? Mandatory compound. Oh, okay. Oh, and this one has the arrows on it, so that's the one that I plan to go to. So
Do you need gas or anything else when you're pitting?
no. In fact, we
Change
cannot.
anything else?
Cannot refuel. Refueling was like not
The box
outlawed.
is
It was
lap.
just it's not done anymore. Somebody just
confirmed.
flew off the side of the track. I don't know who that was. The driver locked up. Yep, I saw it happen
They've
in the
locked up and
background.
gone straight
That
on.
was Sergio Perez.
Let's see what happened there. We're just watching the Red Bull.
Yep, he was zing, and I just
Just a bit too heavy on
Oh,
the
shoot.
brake.
And okay, so Ricciardo
Oof.
drops down the grid from the pit,
Right.
and hope to claw a few of those spots back.
A couple of them already just flew in because it's a couple more people just pitted.
Right.
Norris is
So
now on
it'll all
fifth
it'll all kind of work itself out.
overtime, yeah.
Things just kind of work their way back to equilibrium, barring any like massive upsets.
No wrecks. Have you ever had it where you got wrecked into by someone else? Never on your lap?
I did have a weekend
It's a
where
race position gained for Mercedes.
Danny Ricciardo put the car in a wall twice in
McLaren
one weekend.
gain a position.
Really
was
hated
very-
that car.
I was very upset.
We've
Look at
just had a
Ricardo. He's
spin.
already up in 7.
Uh-huh. Fernando
Oh,
Alonso
another turn on
spin
turn
on
three.
three.
Closer look. Okay, so
That's
there we
not
have
the
Alpine.
Widowmaker that you keep saying. It's
Eh.
the other one, that
What a
one.
spin!
Yeah.
But that's the second Widowmaker of the weekend is turn
Uh-huh.
3.
The team are really disappointed with that. Let's hope it doesn't set them back too badly.
And if you don't
Was
have
that a
good
lockup
track,
on the track? Let's take a look at the replay.
Look at Vettel.
So this
if you've
was
had
the
bad
Aston
track
Martin.
familiarity, are
And
you more
this-
likely to spin
yes,
out?
there. That's the lockup.
Are you more likely to what?
Spin out.
I don't know if it
That's going to be a big blow to the team.
influences your probability of a crash. I just know that your drivers will kind of hold back. And they won't be putting in their best performances.
Is that a new race position for Haas?
Hamilton got us.
Yep.
Haas with an overtake there.
What can you expect from Sir Lewis Hamilton? He's gonna pass you, and there's not much you can do about it. Hit window
Oh,
for
there's a
Lando
spin.
Norris. Bottas
Here's
spins
the
on
replay.
3.
Now we
That's
see
fine. I think
Valtteri
that's the
Bottas.
worst turn of the weekend is 3.
Yep, there we
They lose
go.
it there. That's the spin.
Almost literally nothing you could do if Hamilton wants to pass you. Yes.
No, what you can do is just wave at him as a goodbye.
Bye.
Hi, Holly. We'll work on this so this doesn't happen again.
All right, so we got Danny and Lando, 9 and 10. Got a crash on the track. Who's involved? Let's find out. Red flag crash.
I love how it literally tells you it's a competitor crash.
Red
Session
flag.
suspended.
Yeah.
Interesting. Can you
Yeah.
pit your tires while you're in there?
Again, I should be able to.
Let's have a look. We're just watching the Red Bull.
Oh yeah, is that Vettel? Holy.
This says the Red Bull.
And
Quentin, he be
there we
chugging that
see
Red
the
Bull
crash.
again.
And that was a bitter blow for the team.
That is
And
one
it
of the
may
worst
have
crashes
really
I've seen in
hurt
this game.
Their overall chances.
Actually, like peeling pieces off the car. Okay.
Limited changes to the. Hold on, I'm reading. Limited changes to their car before the session restarts and may not serve penalties. Time until session restarts 20 minutes. Weather 3 minutes.
5% chance
water on
rain
track.
3 minutes after the restart.
Then there's another little dot at the bottom. So is there another page you can read here?
All right, so we're at 9 and 10. Neither of your drivers have retired from the race. Oh, thank you for the
Thanks.
reminder.
Oh my God!
Okay, so
Sometimes he
does-
just randomly likes to just retire.
We are on lap. What
This
lap are we
is-
on?
I think it was in the 30s last I looked. Sorry, kid. I don't.
Why doesn't it tell me?
But this one we already pitted once and switched him to hard.
Yeah, I mean, are we
Right
here?
there, Clayton. Right there. Lap. Right there. Right there.
Lap
Go down.
46 out of
Go
70.
down. Hey.
It does.
Quentin's
Just
like,
read.
46. It does. Just read.
I'm just there's
There's a lot
so
of
much
information on the
information.
screen.
I didn't know what to look at. All right, so we've got 25 laps, which I can get 25 laps out of some mediums.
You get better times out of mediums versus hards.
So I can't use softs again because I've already used softs. You have to switch to a different compound. You can't just use one compound the whole race. Let's go to mediums. This is a luxury I did not expect.
Everyone else will be doing the same though.
Yeah. Very short
Like
configuration
car
window.
parts to replace front wing.
Oh yeah, it's not damaged.
Oh,
Car 2.
this one we've not pitted at all.
Right, so
He
he's
was
still on
riding
hards.
So you could put him to softs now. like
we
your
could just
original
go to
plan
softs
was.
now. I think I'm gonna do that.
You were literally about to pit him.
That's true. Yeah. He's a little early, but it shouldn't be a problem.
That says it'll go roughly 33 laps, and you've got 25.
Okay.
24, 25.
This is not such a bad thing.
After a pause in this race, we are all set and ready once more.
And we're back to the cluster, so this is another
And it's lights
start.
out, and away we go.
So maybe we'll get a good jump and make some good moves here in the early. So we're already at 8-9.
Red Bull's out. He's definitely out on the bottom there.
Yeah, Sergio Perez. That
We
was
can't-
Perez. Okay.
Yeah, we can't get worse than 19th.
Okay, I had a
Ah, come
Why
on,
is he
Danny.
walking up? Why are you looking
Copy.
up? Was it turn 3?
Don't know. We're gonna find
What did I
out.
tell you about
I
turn
believe-
3?
I believe it.
Somebody spin out
Turn.
there.
Oh no, that's Joe.
That's turn 1.
And that's the lockup.
Turn
Let's see
7
what
is where
happened
Danny
there.
Rick's locked
Now
up.
look at this. Daniel Ricciardo
At least you
involved.
weren't doing it the same
They've
when
lost
everyone
it.
else fucking
They've
was.
locked up.
Yeah. So
And the
Danny's
team
back
had
in the pack.
such high hopes today.
Raleigh.
Is it because we never put him in mediums during track day?
I don't think so.
Okay. Just curious.
If
Got any-
anything,
16th place, motherfucker. 16th place.
you
And we already pitted you, so
know, Norris
doing better.
And McLaren with a great
overtaking
overtake.
Vettel. I thought that crash was
Technically,
Vettel
Norris
earlier.
never
It was,
pitted.
Oh,
spun.
You fucking
I'll let you
shite!
know. My bad.
Okay, understood.
Yellow
It's
flag.
a spin.
You both fucking-
Let's
On
take a
turn
look at the replay. Now just take a look at the
Ooh,
McLaren.
is that us?
Nick bites another one. Yep.
And yes,
Us?
that's where
On
they
3?
spin out.
What did I tell you guys?
A rough one.
The team are devastated. They'll be.
So we are 15-16 now.
Well, we were doing so
We've
good.
got about a dozen laps.
Hey, we are doing so good.
Dozen and a half. Let's take a look at our driver strategy. So we can push a little bit more and burn up some of this excess fuel. We can also use our DRS and make up some time.
Will that also just make us spin out more? Like,
I don't know. We're already like,
already fucked.
yeah. There's not many more places to go. Nicholas Latifi is 1 minute and 7 seconds behind us. I say, yeah. Let's deploy this. See if we can make up some ground for both the boys. It's gonna melt our tires a little quicker than we expected, but
That's more of a worry
We'll
for
s-
Norris with the softs.
yeah, we'll see. All right, battery is done. Okay. And same to you. All right,
Man,
so
our
we're
cars
down.
is getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, he's
What is he doing?
his nerves are shaking today. So Norris is bumping up against 1 second behind Valtteri Bottas. Oh, he's down to 2 seconds now, so he's widening the gap there. He's got his good sections and his bad sections.
Man, we were doing so good, and here we are at the end of the race, fucked
This-
again. Every time we play one of these games, it makes me so mad.
Yep.
Like, I don't know how Clayton does it, because I would be an hour and a half fucking shot.
So here we are, final lap, 15-16 is where we're going to come in on this. Congratulations.
Fucking real.
Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc, Team Ferrari, having a great weekend.
And Sainz crosses the
Spun
line
out.
first. He's
Just
taken the
one
win.
spin out, man.
That's how it happens.
A one spin out late in the race. If they just spun out
Lando
earlier, probably would have been able to be somewhat saved.
Max Verstappen with the fastest lap at a 1:15.1. We got no points in the drivers and no points in the constructors. So we did, however, get some experience points, except for my spare driver.
Is this guy?
That's the guy in the back with a helmet on that sees no track time.
Got it.
He spends all of his time in the simulator and never sees the actual track,
Gotcha.
unless one of these guys gets injured. So I had some promises to my sponsors. I told them I made them a guarantee on my qualifying position, which I did. Did not
We got some money on that.
come through on the finishing position.
No, we definitely didn't.
I broke my finish position streak. I had been coming in I think it's at least in 10th place 5 times in a row, and then they'll give me a certain amount of money. But they're pretty happy with my guarantees, so I get $4.1 million. Which
Well,
is not
no, you also had a subtraction, so it was 3-something million.
Oh, okay. Which is not nearly as much money as it sounds like.
I'm sure not.
All right, so the underfloor that I was researching is complete. Let's go to check my emails. Emails, a very important part of this game. Our telemetry shows the top speed of car 1 could be better compared to the grid. We should design a new car part and improve this attribute to keep us competitive. Defending performance of Lando Norris could be improved. We should consider developing them in this area when they've gained enough experience to make them a more well-rounded driver. So, he does have a development point.
Okay.
We can improve his defending.
Oh, it literally is 1 point.
It is an point.
Ooh. Ooh.
So yeah. Let's go back to my emails.
He's a baby. He's only 22.
Yeah. I can't remember how. I think Lewis Hamilton is
He's young.
20, something like that. He's
He started
ridiculously young.
Very young. Let me go look him up.
I think he might have started when he. I don't think he could legally drive when he was racing. is the story with him.
Okay, no, he's currently 37. Lewis Hamilton is 37.
Lewis
Really?
Hamilton is 37. That can't.
Really? He just looks so young. Maybe it's because I'm getting old. Maybe that's what it is.
How long? Okay, here's the next question. How long has Lewis Hamilton been racing?
Right, so I'm looking at that. Formula One career, 2007. So let's do a little bit of math
he's
here.
He's been
So
driving for 15 years. And he is how old? 37?
37.
Which means
So
he was.
started at 22. Okay, so
That
that's
doesn't
not
sound right. I
surprising.
thought he was a teenager.
When he was doing Formula One, he was doing stuff before that. Karting, go-kart,
Okay, no.
Formula A in 2000, Intercontinental in 99.
Let's see here. Let's go to my cars, and we're gonna put the underfloor that I've just researched.
Okay, so it says he began his car racing career in 2001 British Formula Renault Winter Series in
Okay.
2001. So he
Yeah.
would have been 16.
Okay.
No, that's a quote I'm reading. Never mind. What did I say? 2001.
I believe so. Yes.
I have to scroll up here.
Underfloor. There we go. Is it not? Is it not
Yeah,
done yet? Hold on.
16. So he started at 16.
I keep looking at my email, and they keep saying that
Just
my underfloor research is complete. Okay, I guess it automatically installed it on both of them? I don't know. What's that?
I just was curious about who's like the current youngest F1 driver, and the thing that popped up on Google, the second line says, "Only current Formula One driver born in the 2000s," and I'm like,
Oh.
me. I hate when they say things like that. You know, when they say, were you born like in the 1900s or 2000s? I'm like, don't ask that question.
Right.
I know you don't answer that question. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Jesus.
So here's the R&D section, and this part is like pretty complicated. So you have these CFD hours where you have a simulation that you can run, and then you have actual wind tunnel hours that you can reserve. And using up more time in these will make your parts better. I think I've already burned through all my time. Yes.
Yeah, it says you got nothing left.
Just because I was just like, I don't know what to do with this stuff, so I'm just going to use it and make this part as good as I can. So then you've got your design focus, which you can say, like, here's what I want this thing to do. And then you can see how important these things are, like high speed. Like, high speed is very important, and low speed is next most important. So you can dial that up and dial that up. And then that will take away from the other factors. There, let's do that. And a lot of times, like, I just kind of don't know what I'm doing. And then you've also got these pre-built ones, so you can do high-speed performance, but that takes away from my low speed. Or you can do balanced, which is everything in the middle. So I'm just going to do that. And then you can assign however many engineers you want to it. More engineers makes it complete faster, but dedicating all your engineers to it means you can only do one part. So this is going to take
58 days.
Yep, $1 million and 2 months. But this
Please
is designing.
tell me there's like some quick time. Like, how does fastest time process in this game?
Oh, it's slow. Like, I currently have a rear wing that has a month left on it, and my next race is in 11 days. So I'm probably going to go through about 3 or 4 races before I see that rear wing.
These types of games are just not for me.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
All right. So this is telling me about an up and coming driver.
When were you born? 21. You was born in 2000.
The other thing is my facilities. So this is where I'm upgrading my racing center. Stuff like my weather center to give me better weather information, my boardroom to improve my relationship with my sponsors, Team Hub to improve team morale, Racing Simulator to make the drivers better in their off time, and then stuff like each one, like weekly experience game. Once this is at its max, I will get twice as much as I did beforehand. Scouting department, I don't do any scouting, so I don't even spend any money on that. This improves my morale and my team attractiveness to my sponsors.
Ooh, line it up. Put some makeup on.
Right. Tour center helipad. hospitality area, stuff like that.
Gotta have a good cafeteria.
Right. So the next race is at Silverstone.
What's his performance targets?
So that is the thing that you saw after the race, the promises that I make to my sponsors. So the target is to reach qualifying 3, which it goes Q1, Q2, Q3. So the incentive for that is $250,000 if both drivers get to Q3. I can also say that I will qualify in a certain place, and the higher I promise, the more I will get, but the less likely it is, let's be honest. We've also got stuff like race targets, like fastest lap, and then finishing position, to where like other than last race,
I know we tried that before in the other game.
I was pretty confident we could make 10th, and if it were not for those mistakes, we would have probably ended up 10 and 8. And then my qualifying streak, like I said before, I had been qualifying and finishing in a string of positions higher than I think I had it set to 12th, but that string is now broken.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm bad luck for you.
No, that's just how this game goes. The best I've ever done in this game was I got the pole on qualifying one time, and I have ended up in 4th place. That is the highest I've gotten, and I'm pretty sure that was a fluke, with like some mistakes and poorly timed pits from other teams. So that's just kind of how it goes. Currently have $16.4 million in the bank.
Oh yeah, not getting first, still profitable.
Yeah. My income is $113 million for the season, but I'm spending 112 of that. So, yeah, that's F1 Manager 2022. Or
I feel like you're enjoying it more than the other one we played.
It's got enough to it. Like the stuff that you do other than the racing, like building out your facilities and managing your staff and training your drivers and doing all this like negotiating stuff, and the racing, I would love for my team to rank higher at the checkered flag. But there's enough else going on that I am making steady progress. Like, I'm developing parts for the cars. I am developing my drivers. I am, if I go to my board confidence, they are happy with me. So, like, they would like me to be 5th or above, and if it weren't for the performance of that last race, I would still be there. I was in 5th prior to that last finish. So the folks are pretty happy with me where the money is. How's our points? Drivers, we are at 9 and 10. And we are 3 points away from Alfa Romeo in 5th place. So it's not unattainable. So I could still get back in the target of where my sponsors expect me to be. Oh, my racing simulator has completed.
Woo!
Keeps telling about Lando. I gave him the point. I already gave him the point. Settle down. So yeah, that is that's F1 Manager 2022.
I think that website made this game enjoyable and playable.
Playable
for you personally.
That is the thing that made this game even close to playable. Because before I found that, I was literally just guessing and sometimes getting it right, but the most I could get was like 65 to 70% confidence, and it was really difficult to get above 12th place.
And there's
because
not much time for you to. I mean, yeah, you have 3 days of practice, but that doesn't really tell you what you need to be
Yeah.
able to figure it out. Like
When the-
realistically.
when the practices are 45 minutes or maybe like an hour or something like that, and it takes 15 laps to get a 5 out of 5 feedback, like that's a lot of time.
Mhm.
So you
Then
actually,
it's another track the next time you do it. So it's like
uh-huh.
figuring it out is hard.
Yeah, the only time you can clear that margin is with the help of that website. So it is other people might be better at it than me, but as far as I'm concerned, I cannot do it without that website.
Well, shout out to whatever genius made that for sure.
Yes. The morale is okay among the drivers.
Could be worse. Could be bad.
It could be. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for us here. Would you like to do the outro? Because I've been talking so much.
Sure. Thank you very much to everyone for hanging out with us. If you like what you see, the follow is free, or you can go that one step further and hit the subscribe button. If you want to know more about what we're going to be playing during the week, make sure you follow us on Twitter and join our Discord, where we post a schedule on Monday evenings. And hit up our Instagram for some behind-the-scenes photos. If you want links to that information, go to our website, carpeboredom.com. And while you're there, check out our 2 podcasts, the Carpe Boredom Podcast and Help Me Understand, which is Clayton and Brandon talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Quentin says Clayton spun out in turn 3 of the outro.
It did, in fact.
Tomorrow is Friday.
Yeah.
So it's me and Clayton
This
playing
is
some
a hilarious
Yakuza.
concept to me that you do not know what day it is. It hilarious to me.
I'm glad that you're enjoying it.
Quick car update. Got another delivery today. So I am inching ever closer to having the parts that I've been waiting on so long. I have a few more coming in. And then
Waiting on Canada basically right now to make
Canada
sure
gets
this
here.
will play out.
Canada gets here on Monday, and I get to open that box and see if it's the part that, if it is, I think I bought the last one on eBay. I keep searching for it, and no one has posted another one. I think I might have bought the last one on eBay.
I'm glad you did it.
And I'm praying it's the right part, because I don't know how I'm going to get it if it's not.
Gonna travel until we find a 3rd gen and a toter.
Yeah. So we are going to troll every junkyard in Houston.
Yeah.
In the greater Houston area.
But not cars tomorrow. Tomorrow is me and Clayton back in Yakuza Kiwami 2. Maybe trying to do some fights, but probably just going to work on the main storyline. We're getting to the point where we're going to wrap that up probably in a couple, 2 or 3 streams. So,
Alrighty.
I know Clayton's excited to play Yakuza Kiwami 3 Remastered. I'm sorry, Yakuza 3 Remastered.
I am.
And getting rid of the fucking camera angle from hell.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Oh God.
I know they don't have pockets.
If I start that game and I go to move the camera and it doesn't move the way I want it to, I'm gonna be so crestfallen. I'm just like,
gonna
all
give
right,
you a Red Bull and be like, I love you. I'm
Another
gonna go away from you now.
8 weeks of this. Great.
Try 12. Be back tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Eastern then for some more Yakuza Kiwami 2. But until then, have a good night.
Right.